Hey folks, Steve here. Exciting day. New stuff. Let's check it out. Ooh. What I have here is a new KLEIN backpack. Let me get this bag off of this and I'll tell you what model number it is. Okay, I've been excited about this for a while. It came in and I didn't want to unbox it until I had time to film it. This is the very famous model number 55485. This is the one that has a lot of positive reviews on YouTube, and so I'm really excited about this. It was kind of one of those very well researched, checked out a lot of different videos, a lot of different bags, and this seemed to be the bag that was not Veto price but was not bargain basement price. This was a really nice kind of sweet spot right in the middle of all the price points. This thing here goes about $200 as a KLEIN bag. Let's check it out. Certainly on the back you've got straps. You have the waist buckle. Some padding back there. Hanging strap. Carrying handle on the top. Along the side, utility hook, tape measure clip. Not very elastic, but you do have a pouch right here. On the other side, you can see some of the aircraft cabling that is actually part of the handle itself. You've got a tape loop for electrical tape, which is what I'm going to be using this for. This will be an electrical, this will be my electrical toolkit. Side pouch over here with elastic along the edge, so it will stretch out. Oh, and on this side, this is not elastic because it has a zippered expansion. So you unzipper that and it'll actually expand outwards without elastic. On the top, this is kind of a hard shell molded protected area here. And yeah, I could see you could put a cell phone or something that you were worried about getting damaged, maybe a meter of some sort. Below the hard shell, with all the coloration here, you've got an external pack. You have an external storage area. This folds down and kind of creates like a tray where I guess you could stage, and it's going to be held by these straps. Obviously you have some pouches here for storage, zippered compartment here, and then a compartment behind as well. There's this area in here, just basically an open compartment. Not very deep, not quite sure what I'm going to put there. Then you have clasps to open this area up, and this is where you could store, like, I think one of the pictures had a, I don't know, I guess it was an extension cord as opposed to a coil of wire. Could have been a coil of wire, maybe 12.2, 12.3. I would say if you had a coil of wire here, it'd be more like 25 feet. These clips will adjust a little bit to give you a little bit more space in the front there. And then it looks like you have the main compartment right here. Okay, so this is the main compartment. As I expected, a lot of space for tools. Now this one actually comes with this insert that can come out. So this right here, if you load your gotta carry and hold on to tools, right here would be a place. On one side you have a lot of sleeves. On the other side you have some sleeves with a Velcro strap top, and then you have a carrying compartment up here, and that just nests down in here. It's not necessarily attached, and it does have a hanging hook. Beyond that, as you would expect, you have a nice interior with a very solid base for maybe a couple of small power tools. You have places for meters and all kinds of different tools and sleeves. You have a zippered area on this. A netted zippered area right here. All of this not really deep for, you know, something that's going to be shallow, thin maybe. You know, obviously we're not carrying 25 cell phones, but shallow, thin, things like that. Meters, small meters. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to this bag because I have all of this. Let me slide this out of the way. This is my electrical belt, and I rarely ever wear it because it weighs about 20 pounds. It is my electrical toolkit, and so really what I do is I carry this in by the handles, I set it down, I grab 2 or 3 or 4 tools, jam them in my back pocket, and then I go off to do what I need to do. If I need wire nuts or Romex connectors, very handy, then I'll just carry this along with me to wherever I'm working and make sure everything's really close. But I want all of this to go in all of there because if I'm going to be carrying it anyway, I may as well have it way more convenient. And this will allow me a couple of extra things, like a multimeter that I don't normally carry in here. It'd be nice just to have it as opposed to, oh, got to run back out to the trailer, grab the multimeter. They're not everyday carry tools, but they are the grab-and-go tools for some specialized jobs. So this is going to be my electrical kit that I'm going to take in. That'll free up the belt to where potentially I might start wearing the belt again with just 4 tools and then wire nuts on the other side, something like that. So it might open this up again to actually wear it more, but right now I'm not. I'm just, like I said, jamming things in my back pockets. A couple of extra meters. I had one of my plug testers go down, and so I'm replacing that, and I figured I'd pick up an extra one of these. And this one actually will give me low voltage down to 24 volt, as opposed to the one I have now is just 240, 120, I think, is what it's calibrated for. Also, went ahead and picked up 3 additional insulated screwdrivers, Phillips, flathead, and a number 2 square. I think they call it a Robbie. Number 2 Robbie. So those will make it into there as well. Here again, I'm not going to put everything electrical in here because I don't want this to weigh then 50 pounds. No point there. But I do want to have this a little more outfitted than this is capable of being. I'm really anxious to cross-load into this. I'm not going to show you that because I have no idea where I want stuff to go. So I'll play around with it and then I'll shoot one where, hey, all of this fit in all of there, and I will eventually then link an inventory. I do have this inventory. I have a video out there for an inventory. I think it's my electrical EDC, everyday carry, and it's literally I just pull everything out of this and show you what I have. And this kit doesn't vary much. You know, very little of this actually changes out, and so whatever is in that video is most likely still right here. So that would be still current even if it's from last year. So all of this intends to go in there. I'll show you that. One thing this will allow me to do though is I'm going to repurpose my brand newish 12 volt impact driver and 12 volt drill, which I convinced myself I needed them, and they turned out not to be any smaller than the 12 or the 20 volt atomics in the DeWalt series. And so I believe the 12 volt are going to live in here as my power tools for my electrical kit. So I'm anxious for that to actually dedicate them, and it gives them a home because my trailer's maxed out. I literally, these 2 small tools, there's nowhere for them. You know, I just, the cubbies are full, everything else. I found kind of a shelf I could tuck them on, but it's not really where I would want to keep them. I would ideally want to have a cubby. But this actually offers up a great solution for that I'll have the drill and the impact driver with me all the time, and it has they have a permanent home, which is intentionally a permanent home, not just jamming it somewhere so it's not sitting on a countertop. Hey, thank you very much for sticking with me, folks. I am very excited about this brand new KLEIN bag. A lot of great reviews out there, which convinced me to buy this thing, and so I am excited for this. And just zippers and everything else right now, it feels like it's very well put together. It does also have the hard shell bottom, and it's like a cup, so you could actually set it down into an inch of standing water, and nothing is going to get wet as long as it stays upright. So very excited for that. And this will be interesting, you know, if this actually proves to be something to, you know, you actually pull it out and this is actually, you know, ready to go and you want to carry this around with you on a job. I'm going to play around with that because honestly, when doing electrical, if you do electrical, you may be very well aware of this. I use only just a very small set of tools. Linesmans, strippers of some sort. I become very partial to a needle nose, maybe a pair of dikes. Number 2 screwdriver. Normally, and I'm seeing that it's not right here, but normally I have a 6-in-1 screwdriver as well, and then I would have insulated Phillips, and I would have insulated flathead as well. And then some kind of tester, like this one right here. Those are typically the tools that are going to make it into my back pocket, and I'm going to go and I'm going to make the magic happen with typically whatever I am doing. The other tools are just for occasional use, like a level, where, you know, if I'm going to set a box and I want to make sure my box is true to the wall, you know, level, plumb, square, straight, all that. On occasion, I will need to use bullnose pliers and pull wire staples, for instance. And I have a couple of different sizes that I've quote-unquote insulated with electrical tape with a couple of square drives. This one in the blue is actually for if I'm working in an electrical box, and this one is a number 2, which is great for panel work, which that's what this one is. Really started to use this one way more once I got it, and then this one is just additional, it's extra at that point. So that's the idea. That's, you know, a lot of tools in here, but it's like 4 tools, 5 tools tops. That's all I need. For most every job that I am doing, because I'm just doing residential. So it'll be exciting to have this all in a backpack. It looks very functional, and every time I've seen a contractor talking about it, it seems like it's the way to go. I looked at some knockoff brands. I looked at the Veto line, the whole line. Saw a couple of really great videos out there where someone had like every Veto product. I'm assuming they were sponsored by Veto. But they had every Veto product, but they had them loaded out. And so they took a half hour and they unloaded every one of their every Vetos. And it was just amazing. Redundancy. I mean, talk about redundancy. But, hey, if I'm going in this job, I want this bag. But if I'm going into another job, I'm a commercial job, I'm taking that bag. I don't know what they did, but it was impressive. And it really gave you an idea of how much will fit in a bag comfortably. So I'm excited about the KLEIN. That seemed to be the viable option to the Veto that had really some good reviews. All right. Thank you very much for sticking with me, folks. You all take care. Like and subscribe if you would. Once I get this all loaded up, and it's not going to be tonight, but once I get this all loaded up and I'm kind of comfortable with the arrangement, then I will shoot another video and say, hey, here's what it looks like, and I'll show you this, and I'll show you that, and it will be just, cross-load magic. And so you can at least see an example of how somebody else outfits their bag in case you are wondering, hey, I've got kind of some of the same stuff. How would it fit in there? I'll show you what I'm doing. All right? Y'all take care. Have a great one. Thank you very much for sticking with me. And really, have a great one because I know you deserve it. All right? Take care.